rich, speaking of money, between the Packers and the Bears. And Randy Moss, he knows all about their history and their rivalry. He's in Chicago, where those two teams kick off the season tomorrow night. So, Randy, look, they see each other twice a year, but they have some fresh faces calling plays for both the Packers offense and the Bears defense. So how has that kind of affected the game planning there?
Well, they don't know as much about each other as you would expect being divisional rivals, right? I mean, Matt LaFleur has installed a brand new offense in Green Bay. He's a first-year head coach. Chuck Pagano is the new defensive coordinator for the Bears. So what to expect? They don't know precisely what to expect from each other, but they're still looking for clues. The Bears have looked at everything Matt LaFleur did last year when he was the offensive coordinator for the Titans. But is it going to be different with Aaron Rodgers at quarterback than with Marcus Mariota? And what did the Packers do? Did they look at the Bears defense last year? Did they look at the Colts defense when Pagano was their head coach? LaFleur told me that they have even pulled out tape from the last time Pagano was the defensive coordinator with the Ravens 9 years ago. So who has the edge? Is it a wash? Does Aaron Rodgers have the edge because of his intelligence at the line of scrimmage? Rodgers says to expect 35 to 40% of what insiders call unscripted looks, meaning surprises. He says that's one of the beauties of week one of the NFL, especially this week. And he said in situations like this, Colleen, players just have to fall back on their fundamentals and their execution. Should be a lot of fun.
Interesting. All right, Randy, thank you for that. So Aaron Rodgers looking to fall back on the fundamentals coming in here for this kickoff game. He's obviously playing with a new head coach for the first time since 2006. We're going to finally see that in action and full display on the field. And the Packers are downplaying the whole lack of preseason reps and things like that. They're saying it won't be an issue. But what do you expect from Aaron Rodgers in this offense?
I expect success. I expect him to light up defenses. I expect him to prove to be one of the best quarterbacks. We kind of took him off that Mount Rushmore early in his career before the injury and, some of lackluster seasons over the last handful of years. We kind of thought to ourselves, well, he isn't necessarily Andrew Luck or Brady or Russell Wilson. There's still people that think he's the most talented quarterback, the most physically gifted quarterback, has some of the best vision, but because their team hasn't fulfilled success and expectations, I think we kind of took him off. But with all that said, I like in the preseason to getting to know somebody before you move in. The quarterback doesn't know his head coach as well as I would like him to. There's certain things you can work on situational football in the preseason, and it's going to rear its ugly head. Hopefully it doesn't happen tomorrow night, but it could, though, because Aaron Rodgers, let's call it what it is. And this may sound bad because they're two buzzwords, but he's a little bit of a control freak because he's so damn good.
There's a show on another network, a competitor, called Speak for Yourself. And Burleson, I'm going to tell you, speak for yourself. I have never taken Aaron Rodgers off Mount Rushmore. He's still on Mount Rushmore. It's him, it's Brady, it's Breeze, it's Roethlisberger, and now it's Mahomes. And this guy is about to tear up the league yet again. I don't want to hear anything about offseason stories, about audibles or everything else.
No.
He is refreshed, he's energized, and intellectually he is challenged by Matt LaFleur. I don't know what we're getting. They could be a struggling team this year. It might take a while, but I know Aaron Rodgers is going to be at the top of his game. And I never took him off Mount Rushmore, Nate. Speak for yourself.
Wow. Okay, all right.
That's good, Peter. I think that was a good thing.
Let me just say this. There's so much focus on this divorce from Mike McCarthy and how much, he's going to miss him. I'm a child of divorce. It's a difficult thing, but let me tell you, when you move on to something fresh and something new, it is extremely invigorating. I mean, this is by the numbers. It is a young, talented thing that Rodgers is moving on to. It happens all the time. I think he is going to be not only motivated, it's fresh. It's new. We're talking new stuff. We're going new places. I'm getting a convertible. Don't you think that's what he needs at this point? And a guy like Matt LaFleur, the quick background, he's been involved in the Matt Ryan Falcons, the RG3 Redskins, and the McVay Rams, three of the greatest, coolest offenses of this last decade. Just wait. I think it's going to work. But I will say tomorrow night, I think Aaron Rodgers is going to be on the run a lot.
Well, a
lot. With that pass rush and that Bears defense, we're going to have to see if he does that outside the pocket ad-lib stuff on the run because they are going to come after him big time. but he just found himself, I don't know, a 26-year-old publicist, and it's cool, and they're having a good time. Trust me, it works.
One quick note on Chuck Pagano. He interviewed for that Packers head coaching job, so he did all the work on the Packers. He was studying them all season. Finally gets that interview, doesn't get the gig, goes to Chicago. So he's already put his work in on the Packers as much as LaFleur has put his work in on.
That is a
Let's
tough
go.
matchup for Aaron Rodgers and Matt LaFleur. I think for that, I mean, you think about the spotlight that's on that game, the kickoff on Thursday night,
Crazy.
and then you have that Bears defense waiting for you.
It's playoff implications already.
I know, week one.
Let's go.